and I'm gonna beat your ass. I promise that. I will whoop your ass, and I will put you to sleep. Sleep. You hear me? Sleep.
Sleep.
So yeah.
July
Good
6th.
night. I'll put NyQuil in my hands.
What's good, family? Shout out to your man, the YB, #1 sugar mama in the game right now, Lizzie Corinne, for keeping that coin boosted at all times. Yeah, listen, your man, the YB coin, yeah, is similar to when you're on an airplane and your seatbelt. It must remain on at all times. It must remain boosted at all times. 100%. Anyway, we just heard there from your mans, Ryan TikTok Garcia. And you know what? My man, Mr. Pretty Looking Ass, he said some interesting things. And in my opinion, he been locked into my channel 100%. Nonetheless, in fact, because he said some nuanced comments, let's run it. Listen, bottom line, let's run it now and we'll break it down line by line, 100%.
And done.
Real quick, I know there's a lot of talk about what comes for you afterwards. We recently talked with Oscar, and Oscar said, hey, he made his pitch to Tank, and he said, hey, now that, maybe Tank and Floyd are not working together anymore, it'd be very easy to set up this super fight with you, which I know you've wanted. I know the fans desperately want it. Is that in your mind at all, Ryan?
That is in my mind. People like to say that I'm overlooking somebody, but at the end of the day, just like the Angels are going to play the Arrows next week, I just know I'm going to fight Tank, after I beat Fortuna.
Listen, the first thing, and this is cap, pure cap. I've been telling you, man, about the whole 2022 PBC / Ryan TikTok Garcia shtick. Yeah, the fan scam they run. I've been telling you this, and it's embarrassing, that the media haven't picked up on it. Yeah, what have I been telling you? Well, do you man not find it suspect? Go and watch all of the build-up for Ryan TikTok Garcia's last few fights. Every single time he says, after Tago, I'm fighting Tank. And he does the most promotion with Tank. Yeah, on Mike Tyson's podcast. Yeah, I'm going to knock Tank out after Tago. Yeah, it's not just Ryan Garcia. David Benavidez did the same thing before his fight against David LeBum. David Lemieux, yeah, cow sounding ass. Did all the same shtick, yeah? Oh, I'm going to fight Caleb. Oh, I want Charlo. After the fight. It's been 2 months. Been a month and a half, yeah, since David Benavidez smoked David LeBum. What's happened since? We don't know, missing. Yeah, all the hype, all the beefing, gone, disappeared. Until the next bum's up. And Ryan Garcia, because he's been more active, or fighting bums more regular, it's more obvious. Because wait a minute, Ryan. When you was in the build up to fight Tago, you were saying the same thing. Oh yeah. After this, I want Tank. Yeah. And then in between that, you got offered Pitbull. The Pitbull fight falls through, but you're fighting Fortuna. You're fighting Mr. Salmon and Tuna. I'm thinking to myself, why is it, people? Yeah, that Ryan TikTok Garcia and everyone else, they're able to fight bums back to back real quick, innit? How many times did you hear of contract negotiations failing for Ryan Garcia and Tago? You didn't, did you? No. How many times did you hear about contract negotiations failing for Ryan Garcia and Fortuna? You didn't. Yeah, but yet Ryan Garcia versus Pitbull, a fight we won. Oh, it can't happen. Oh, this idea, all the problems. That's not by coincidence, folks. Yeah, fair enough. If contracts in general are hard to make, they're just hard to make. But all the bums, no problem. Yeah, David Benavidez versus Plant Pot. David Benavidez versus David Lemieux. No problem. No, you don't hear nothing, do you? Just get signed. Quick, as well. Yeah? David Benavidez versus Plant. Oh, problems. A whole bunch of problems. Yeah? So, peep that. Oh, yeah, after this fight with Fortuna. You said that for the last 3 fights, Ryan. Anyway, next thing.
Next week, I just know I'm going to fight Tank, after I beat Fortuna. It's just no question in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. So I'm sorry that, some people live with doubt in their mind. Not me. I know for sure.
Some people live with doubt in their mind, but not me. I know I'm going to fight Tank. Come on, bro. Stop the cap. That's just cap. Yeah, because if you knew so much, I just know, if you knew so much, then how come it didn't happen? How come it isn't this fight? That's the question. Because you said last time, oh man, I know as much as I'm on TikTok. I just know I'm going to fight Tank. That's been your bar, no word of a lie. Ryan been saying that for 2 years. And again, fair enough, yeah, if Ryan can show the receipts that Tank's ducking, fair play to the guy. Because that's all you can do, innit? If you're trying to make a fight and the other guy ducking, that's all you can do is talk and hope. Ryan ain't showed no receipts of nada. And I'm sorry, but as much as I believe Tank likes to fight bums, I don't believe Tank would duck the Ryan Garcia fight. I don't believe it. Will Ryan duck will Tank duck Lomachenko? Will Tank duck Devin Haney? Probably. He ain't gonna duck Ryan Garcia. That's just the bottom line in my opinion. Yeah, Tank will see Ryan Garcia as sweet. Yeah, that's what it is. And if I'm wrong, Ryan, show the receipts. Show us where you've sent him a contract or whatever else. And I've been saying this. And it's interesting because, in fact, you know what? Let's listen to the rest of the guy because he says some more things anyway.
So I'm sorry that, some people live with doubt in their mind. Not me. I know for sure I'm going to defeat Javier Fortuna, and I'm campaigning for that fight with Tank. And I've been open to say that I want to be as transparent to the fans as possible.
Yeah.
Show them the negotiations, show who's really ducking, who's not really ducking, follow the process as much as we're legally able to. And then, therefore, you can make the decision who's ducking if you don't do it. You know what I mean? So I'm...
Now, this bar here, this is what I've been... And that's what I said to you earlier, yeah, that these guys have been listening to the YB 100%. I'm the only one who's been saying for a long time, listen, all contract negotiations should be done publicly. Because that way, it's obvious who's ducking. Yeah, and that's why a few days ago, Jake Paul came out when Timmy Fury was trying to pull out. And Jake Paul came out and said, listen, we've offered Timmy A, B, C, D, and he's coming up with excuses. That then prompted and forced Timmy Fury to change his position and essentially sign the fight. Yeah? If Jake Paul hadn't come out publicly, the fight would have failed. Timmy Fury could run his own narratives. Oh, well, yeah, it failed, and I really wanted to fight, but Jake Paul wouldn't. Yeah? It's no good. Too often, yeah, and that's what I'm waiting for, Hate to say it, but with Errol Spence versus Crawford, it's been 2-3 months now. It should never take that long, yeah? When these guys, Crawford and Spence fight bums, gets done ASAP, no problem, as I've been saying. So I'm waiting, yeah, for the Crawford and Spence fight to fail, at which point the proof will be both men don't want it, yeah? Because, as Jake Paul proved, when you're desperate to make a fight, yeah, and the other guy don't want it, you expose it. It's a bit like AJ and Ortiz. Back in May 2019, AJ and Eddie Hearn sent Luis Ortiz a contract, yeah, for $8 million. And Ortiz, for whatever reason, rejected it. And Luis Ortiz came out and said, oh no, they're lying. Eddie Hearn leaked the emails, and Team Ortiz had to backtrack and say, yeah, we're sorry. We Eddie Hearn did expose us. I don't know why that didn't become the standard. Well, I do know why, because people are too happy to duck. Yeah, and if Spence and Crawford, the fight falls through, and we don't see no true expose documents or whatever, you'll know they both. I think they're both happy not to have it. I think they're both thinking, wait a minute, I can make 3, 4, 5, 6 mil fighting bums, or I can make 12 mil for a hard ass fight. No, I'll just fight 2 more bums. Yeah, why take risk for 15, 12 mil when I can make 6 mil fighting a bum? That's what they're doing. It's unfortunate, but that's what the play is these days. Big play having asses. They're all trying to run game on the fans. Now, Ryan Garcia is saying this, yeah? But the question is, yeah, Ryan Garcia is locked into the fans, or locked into the YB and saying the right things, but my question is to Ryan Garcia, you said you want to do, and I agree, in principle, what Ryan Garcia is saying here is 100%, yeah? Absolutely, it should be done. All negotiations, yeah, for big fights like Tank and Ryan should be done publicly, or there should be a level of public disclosure. That way, there's no confusion, and like Ryan says, the fans will be able to decide for themselves because we'll have the information. When things end up being done in the dark, it's easy to hide out, and then they spin their own narrative. Then it becomes he said, she said. Yeah? If we're kept up, if the fans are kept up, it becomes obvious then. But like I said, it's all well and good Ryan saying this, but actions speak louder than word. What's my point? Well, Ryan Garcia was scheduled to fight Pitbull. That fight was ordered. Oops. How did it fall through? Yeah, Mr. TikTok, yeah, let's do it all publicly. Where was the expose of Pitbull? Ryan Garcia said, oh, I'm sick of people not believing me. Pitbull ducked me. I'm sorry, yeah, we've seen Pitbull get in there with Tank. And not only get in there with Tank, Pitbull could have easily got in there with Tank, yeah, and done what most people do. Go in there, go there for the check and just turn up and roll over. He could have easily did that. Pitbull went in there with the pound for pound puncher and backed him up and gave him his hardest fight. And really it was a draw at best. Yeah, Mr. Big Puncher got made to look average in that fight. So I'm sorry, but if Pitbull was number one prepared to go in there with Tank, but not only prepared to go in there with Tank, but go in there and try and turn him over, I don't care who tells me that Pitbull somehow, wait a minute, you went in there with Tank, you bullied Tank, pushing him back the whole night, and you want me to believe that guy who did all that is going to be scared to fight Ryan? It just doesn't make no sense at any level. Yeah, Ryan Garcia couldn't even one punch KO Tago. Tank Davis is the one punch KO'd on, and Pitbull turned him out pretty much. Pitbull made Tank look like a tuk-tuk, look soft. Facts. And you want me to believe that man was, I don't care what no one says, Pitbull would see Ryan Garcia as sweet. That would be, in my opinion, Ryan Garcia is a huge step down in challenge than fighting Tank. Bottom line. So, on that basis, I'm afraid to say, I'm confident, I'd bet my life it wasn't Pitbull ducking. So, why didn't the fight happen? And I believe the fight was ordered, yeah, by the WBC. Now, we know Golden Boy and Ryan Garcia and then the Mexican Dons, they're all interconnected. And I reckon Golden Boy told Mauricio, we don't want that one. Which makes sense. Do you think Ryan Garcia wants to get turned over by someone who's unknown? Absolutely not. If anything, if Ryan's going to get beat by anyone, it makes sense to be beat by Tank. And even that he doesn't want. Because again, I believe Tank and Pitbull would do anything to get in the ring with Ryan Garcia. Because it's big money for not doing a lot. It's not a lot of risk. Yeah? That's just the bottom line. Ryan Garcia isn't a high risk fight for either of Pitbull or Tank. Even if they lose to Ryan, it's going to be on points. Do you understand? It's not like Ryan's some ferocious dude who lighting everyone up. No, you go and laugh and death with Tago, with Bumgo. Yeah? So quit the capping. Where's all the receipts from the Pitbull fight then that fell through? That's what we want to see. And I'll tell you why Ryan Garcia ain't put them receipts out. Because it would show De La Hoya begging Mauricio, don't give us, don't let us get filled in by Pitbull. So that's capping. Pure cap.
I really want to fight him. I just know that it's just going to be a great day when I knock out Gervonta. It's just going to be the best day when I wake up the next morning and, I'm just, recovering from all those tequila shots. And I'm just like, man, that was a good knockout.
So you feel like you'd knock him out. Neither of you have ever been stopped. Neither of you have ever lost. You feel like you would stop him.
That fight will not go the distance. In no way possible can it go the distance. I will not let Gervonta Davis off the hook. In my mind, I'm here to destroy somebody when I get in there. I'm not here to play points with you. I'll play points for a little bit, but my whole objective is to really destroy you. So when I get in there, Tank will know, and I hope he brings it. I hope he sees this. Matter of fact, I hope he sees it.
Well, what would you say to him if he's watching? I'm sure he will watch this. As a matter of fact, what do you say to him?
Gervonta Davis, just know that there's a lot more that meets the eye with me. Don't think I'm soft. If you come find out and actually make that decision to fight me, you'll find out real soon. There's nothing soft about me. And I'm going to beat your ass. I promise that. I will whoop your ass, and I will put you to sleep. Sleep. You hear me? Sleep. So, yeah.
July 16th.
Listen. Listen to Ryan Garcia's words carefully, yeah? He lets a lot of it slip. Because, I don't know about you, man, yeah, but anytime I'm speaking to someone, the words, there's nothing sweet about me wouldn't come into my mind. You know what I'm saying? The question is, why is Ryan Garcia even thinking about sweetness for? He must feel sweet, innit? Because it's like, it's a bit of a, oh, there's nothing sweet about me, yeah? Okay. So it's like, oh, there's nothing that likes children about me. It's like, what? Why is liking children on your mind? I wouldn't even think of saying that. Do you understand? I wouldn't even need to tell someone I don't like children. It's obvious. Oh yeah, okay. That's what you're supposed to not like. Yeah, you're supposed to not be sweet. You shouldn't have to tell people I'm not sweet. Do you understand? And that tells you he's sweet. Simple as that. Any man that goes around saying, "Oh, I don't like kids," it's like, what? It's weird ass have a nice dude. Yeah. Any man that goes around saying, "Oh, I ain't sweet. I'm not super duper sweet." Yeah. They sweet. Simple as that. So Ryan, he know he's sweet. He know he's super duper sweet. And that's the end of that. And he ain't knocking no one out. Yeah, I ain't trying to play points with no one. Tell that to Bumgo. Yeah, you went all the way points with Bumgo. I bet you ain't here to play points. That's exactly what you was doing with Bumgo. Yeah, stop the cap. You love to play points. Yeah, you love to go 12 round Bumgo. Simple as that. There's no more capping. I'm sick of the cap. Cut the cap. Yeah? But anyway, man, let's see how it plays out. Someone needs to hold Ryan Garcia to account. Yeah? Because he's too many times telling us, yeah, we need to do it publicly. Do it publicly then. Because you weren't trying to do it with Pitbull. Oops.